To cut the hotline is a trap. Get out!
8th floor. They're on the 8th floor.
Now left, that's it.
So I've been stuck more than I can remember, and I feel that the cycle keeps repeating itself over and over and over again. And with every good idea, there are 10 that are not. And it takes a big toll on your body if you keep beating yourself about it. And I fell into that trap that having better gear and software is going to fix all of my problems. I don't need to be creative enough, I just need to rely more and more on my equipment. But this mentality is so backwards. Remember back when we were watching the 70s movies, how big the budget was? And now look at the indie films with almost zero budget and it looks way better. The thing is, the game dynamic have changed so much. Back in the day, the gap between what you want to make was different than what you can make. But now the gap is closing down and technology is eliminating all these barriers. You don't need a supercomputer anymore to do any video work. You don't need even expensive software. $10 a month can get you leading software to do everything you want. If that's the case, then what's holding us back? How can we program our mind to keep producing great ideas? So why do you think you have the best ideas when you're in the shower? Remember when you were so little, where you had no distractions and you're just relying on your imagination to create a world in your room where you can just sink in for hours and hours and hours and you don't get bored. But you rely so much on your mind and less on technology. You actually had time for yourself. And that's the same thing like you're in the shower. You're just doing a mundane activity and you're just relying on your mind to get you out of that and keep creating something good. And by allowing yourself in that environment, isolated from all of that, your mind is working subconsciously to give you better ideas. So the thing is, you need to create a space where you are not distracted by anything and to let your mind go wild. Turn off your phone and stay away from digital distractions, and don't do anything that's require you to be stimulated, and just make it easier for yourself and have a pen and paper and start documenting your ideas. The second thing is to give yourself deadlines. Didn't you notice when you have a deadline that is so close, you actually can create so much work in a span of a few hours? You know, it's sad but true. We all want to live life without any pressure. But the thing is, with a little bit of pressure and stress, you actually can perform way better. And when you limit yourself, you actually perform better. And giving yourself a deadline will hold you accountable and will train you to become your own boss. And if you can impress yourself, then you've done something good. And the last thing is, just don't rely too much on inspiration. Even though it's a powerful motivator, but putting time into your work is even more powerful. And by doing that, you can be creative anywhere, anytime. You don't need to wait for inspiration to come in to do some work. You're actually in control of your own destiny and your own work. And some of the best idea actually comes out of the process. You could be working on something and halfway an idea will come in because you're actually in that process of doing it. Then you can see something that just give you an inspiration on the spot and it will take your project into a whole different level. And the last thing, which is a bonus, toss your ego aside and learn humility. You have to manage your ego first before you go further. Validation is a very powerful thing, and I understand that nowadays with social media and all of that, seeking validation is just one click away. But sometimes it could be damaging because now we're relying so much on other people's validations, not our own. Just remember, being confident is important, but being humble is more important. So I hope you find these tips helpful. Please leave it a like and a comment and share it with your friends. I made a video about the A7 III and I put it up over here. And just remember, just take it one day at a time, and I'll see you in the next video.